What is up, everyone? It is Friday morning, the weekend before VAG Fair Vacationland in Brunswick, Maine. My good friend Cory Sterling puts the show on. He puts two on. He puts one on in Brunswick, Maine, and he puts one on in York, Pennsylvania. And this is the weekend of the Maine event. It's normally in June, but because of the pandemic and 2020 being crazy, it's been moved to mid-July. So I am loaded up. I'm actually vending this show with the Governor's Club, which I don't do often, but since there's only going to be a couple car shows in 2020, I figured I might as well. So I'm bringing the Century, and the Century is not completely done, but aesthetically it's pretty much there. Like, air suspension's in and functioning. The Desmond Verses are on the car. There's a lot of aesthetic and mechanical things I still want to finish on the car. I'm looking at different wheels at the moment too. But again, since there's only a few sanctioned car shows this year, and I've always wanted one of those cars, I really wanted to get it out so more people can enjoy the car as well. So I've got the Century loaded up. This is the first trip hauling the Century in my trailer with the dually, or hauling the Century at all. I mean, we drove the thing here from Seattle, Washington, all the way to New Hampshire. So the thing has never been a trailer queen in my possession. So I'm loaded up. Got the Century, got the TGC booth, got some new merch that I've been working on. I was up most of the night last night trying to finish up making some merchandise for the show. I made some limited edition VAG Fair and Governor's Club key rings, and I've also made some laser engraved stainless steel tumblers. I haven't done any of those before, and a lot of people have asked about them, so I finally did a small batch of those. I'm gonna do a pre-order of them too, as well, after this weekend, that'll be available on the web store. So about to hit the road, meeting up with Cory at the house that he rents in Brunswick for the weekend, and I'm gonna sit down with him for an episode of my Purpose and Passion podcast. I'm really excited to get Cory on. Cory's been around for a long time, since the very beginning of H2O. He had a hand in helping with that show at its inception. So really excited to sit down and talk with Cory about old H2O days, the transition of like the Volkswagen and car community throughout the years since the late 90s. The beginning of VAG Fair, his VW garage in Maine, which is his shop, and yeah, just sit down and chat and hang out with Cory. So really excited for you guys to listen to that episode. It's about a 3-hour haul, hoping everything goes well with the truck. I'm dealing with some turbo issues and some transmission issues in the truck, but as far as transmission issues, it's just the transmission's making some bearing noise, and it was the whole 1,200 mile drive home from Chattanooga with the Corvair in this trailer as well. So I'm not too worried about the transmission at the moment. Turbo, I think, is seized up. It's an old turbo. So it's going to be a long haul, I think, just for the 3-hour drive up to Brunswick with the Century in here. I also put the sleeper cap on the truck for this weekend. I mocked it up on there a couple times, but it really needs to be completely refinished and repainted since the paint's all gone on it, and some of the fiberglass needs to be replaced and fixed. So it's been sitting underneath one of my carports for a long time now. Cory and I went to New York City to get it back in like January. So I figured I'd waited long enough. I just wanted it on the truck because I love that 90s look of the sleeper cap with a 4-door long bed, just kind of long Centurion looking truck. So it's not paint matched, but it is white, which helps. But I'm excited about the rig. Yeah, I'm happy to have the sleeper cap on the truck, the trailer, the Century in the trailer. But the weather this weekend's looking really good, not too hot. Rain looks like it should hold off, so let's hit the road. So I made it to Brunswick, Maine, here at the showgrounds. It's a little campground out on the water. It's a really cool little spot. Pretty windy right now. But Cory's here, and they're just setting up some signs and some flags for the show for the weekend. It's like a 2-day show. So we're gonna get the Century unloaded. It was supposed to rain today, but it's pretty much over with. So I'm gonna unload the Century, leave that in the trailer here, and use the truck to go to the house that Cory rents every year. So we're gonna get the car unloaded. It is Saturday morning. We are headed to the showgrounds. Another coffee first and then to the showgrounds. And we are in Cory's ABT Mark III. It's like 6:30 in the morning. And yeah, there's people still sleeping in the house. And the neighbors who are here all the time
will not like this car.
They don't like Cory at all already. And we're off.
Now why would you do that?
Oops. We hit a bump on the access road that the house is on and ripped the rear lip right off of Cory's Golf.
Whoops.
We were able to get back for it before anyone ran over it though.
Perfect. Look, it looks great. You can only see 2 nicks in the goddamn thing. It's the curse of the Jazz Blue.
It's like clips and ships.
Yeah, he said he's gonna do more Jazz Blue, even though he doesn't want to paint more Jazz Blue.
Yeah. Damn it.
Why do you think we bought bug spray? Bug spray.
Look, I got number 1.
Driving through West Virginia,
I paid for it already.
and I've seldom been thinner. With that chip on my shoulder, and that's about you.
So we're getting set up here at VAG Fair. Got the booth set up, got the Century parked, fighting the horse flies off. Ready for coffee number 2, so we're gonna head out and grab a coffee, but we're gonna swing back and get everything finished setting up. It's gonna be a nice day today and tomorrow, so real excited. Excited to have the Century out here. And it's black and it matches everything for the aesthetic for TGC, so pretty excited about having the whole setup here. Gotta try to keep the camera going. What's up, man? We bumping or are we?
What's up, dude?
Good to see you, man. How are you? Good.
Besides all this freaking crazy.
I know, man. Hey, but we're here though. The sun's out. We're here.
Dude,
We've got a show.
I'm like, so my work has been crazy, man. 'Cause I've been cooking. I work at Fidelity, so
Yep.
I'm in Merrimack, and the campus I'm on is like 3,000 people in 2 buildings, so 6,000 people. Dude, within like 2 weeks, the whole sitting around, nobody there. Just,
Yeah.
all right, we're sending you home. Like, what?
So that's the end of day one VAG Fair. Saturday is in the books. Talked with a lot of people, had a great time. And yeah, we're going to have a cookout here at the showground. And they've got a barrel fire going over there. We're having like a some sort of chicken and beef like cookout out of a barrel fire, which is gonna be pretty cool. Back to the house where Cory rents for the weekend. And I'm staying with those guys. Cory who puts the show on. And yeah, we'll be back here early tomorrow morning for the actual day of the show, which is usually always a larger gathering than this pre-show day on Saturday. So super excited to see everyone tomorrow.
Yeah, get them on a roll. I haven't seen anything.
I'll help you out, Cory. Don't worry about it.
You got that? Yeah. Look at that.
That was a loaded one.
To the ocean. That's what I typically buy from.
Maniac, you're on TV. What are you doing, Axel?
He's like, I smell something. There's something on the ground right there.
Yeah, yeah, it's like that spot.
No, it's the reflection.
Oh,
See the little
yeah.
reflection off the camera? Oh yeah.
I should have had my phone over here. It's a good photo. The sun flare. What you doing, bud? Huh?
I am super not doing a hospital visit in Finger.
I can do this, Dad.
So that's he's like the real, like the owner of the whole place.
His parents turned it over to him, yeah.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. I'm like, he seems awfully young.
Got him. That was your droppie. That was your
All
droppie.
in.
Those are from the
Party even happened. I was shooting holes in the bottom of the barrels.
yeah, that was a good time.
Neighbor comes up.
What do you call this?
Beef on the barrel. Got him. Western Pennsylvania to Maine.
Beef on the barrel. Alright, so wait, what's going on? The titanium rods?
3 titanium rods. They don't dissipate heat. Grab titanium rods. Moist meat. 2 coffee cans with water. Keep the meat moist. And you just slice it like lambs. Like keep going.
Yep.
Moist meat.
The moit meat.
Look at that.
Sorority sister.
What's up, guys? It is Sunday morning, the final day of VAG Fair. Another beautiful day today. It's gonna be real hot again. It was in the 90s yesterday. Just getting set up, morning coffee. We get up at 5 a.m., 5:30 maybe, so it's been a long weekend already, even though it's only a 2-day show. But getting all set up now, and excited to hang out with everybody again today. So I'm here with Derek and his fellow BMXer, and wanted to know if I could sign his bike. This is something I used to do when I was riding full time, and I never got used to it. It was always something that was super, super weird and out of character for me. Grew up in a small town, so it just was always kind of shocking for me. And Derek wanted to know if I could sign his bike. This is 10 years after I was riding full time, and it's bizarre, but I am honored. I am completely honored. And here, I'll give this to you. Now, where, like bottom tube here?
Yeah,
or
bottom tube's good.
right in that section?
Yeah.
I'm not good at autographs on things, so I will do my best. Let's see. I want to make this look good because you have to clear the frame or something so it doesn't rub off.
Right.
This is gonna look. Oh my goodness. It literally looks like chicken scratch. You know how hard it is to write on a round BMX tube? Oh my good lord.
Yeah, I thank you a lot.
Well, no, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Dude, it means a lot. Dude, that means a lot. That's crazy. And it means a lot that it means a lot to you.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry it looks like chicken scratch.
No, it's going to me, man.
I appreciate it, man. All right, guys, that is a wrap for VAG Fair Vacationland, Maine, 2020. Super excited that we were able to have this show, more so for Cory. It's a month later than what he normally holds it. Usually he holds it in June. Weather was super hot, but there was no rain all weekend long, so great to have good weather. And I'm obviously in all black, so I burnt to death and sweated to death, but you know, got to keep it consistent. So thank you to everybody who came by the TGC booth. I'm surprised I still have a voice. Talked about the Century just day in and day out, all day long. Thank you for swinging by the booth to pick up some TGC gear and just ask about the Century. You guys have sent me home with a new flame for that car, because to be honest, I'd kind of been burnt out with it. There's been nothing going on this year, so it's been tough to stay motivated with that car. It's been in my carport half the time. So to get it out here, even though it's unfinished, and get it parked around a lot of my friends' cars and a lot of people who have never even seen or heard of a Toyota Century, asking a lot of questions and kind of being excited to learn about it, really rejuvenated and re-sparked the fire for me with that car. So I'm going home with some motivation to really dive into that car and get it finished before heading to Ocean City in September. I have you guys to thank for that, so I appreciate it. We're getting loaded up now. I was gonna hit the 3-hour drive home tonight, but it's been a long weekend, so we're gonna stay with Cory here in town, get loaded up, and go get some dinner and hit the road home in the morning. So just got home, made it in just under 3 hours maybe. GPS was giving me a couple shortcuts, some roads that I'd never taken up through Brunswick before, and made the mistake of taking those shortcuts with a long wheelbase dually with a 24-foot enclosed trailer with a heavy car in it. And these roads were very back road, rough going, rough surface with lots of grade. And so that's the last time I'll do that. Just do that when you're in a normal car. But I'm home. Great weekend. Huge thanks to Cory Sterling for everything, for putting on the show, putting me up in the house, and being a part of the podcast too. As you hear this, the episode is live right now, episode 19 with Cory Sterling. That's streaming on all podcast streaming services, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, and so on. It's also here on YouTube. It's the episode before this one, so check that out. And yeah, huge thanks to Cory for doing that. That'll do it for VAG Fair Brunswick Vacationland 2020. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next episode.